Is Alfie Jones too good for the championship, and the AFCON have shot us in the foot? Well, hello there and welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today I'll be cracking through all of the news stories coming out from Hull City in the past 24 hours, including a little bit of Alfie Jones rumours that have been shot down but have sparked a few questions, and then also the latest on AFCON with Jean-Michel Seri and Adama Traore. So first of all, we'll crack into the story about Andy Smith. So in my video yesterday, I said that Andy Smith was heavily rumoured with a loan to Cheltenham for the remainder of this season. That loan deal has come to fruition and he has completed a loan move to Cheltenham. This is what Hull City have to say. Centre-back Andy Smith has joined Sky Bet League One side Cheltenham Town on loan until the end of the season. The 22-year-old has featured 4 times this term on 6 occasions overall for the Tigers, making a Sky Bet Championship debut in December's 3-0 win over Cardiff City. The Banbury-born defender has enjoyed previous loan spells with Salford City and Grimsby Town, where he won promotion from the National League and reached the FA Cup quarter-finals. Of course, that was last season. He did fantastically at Grimsby. The Robins remain in the third-tier relegation zone, 7 points from safety, but have improved markedly since the appointment of Darrell Clark, picking up 22 points in 16 league matches. And we wish Andy all the best. Of course, Andy Smith will be alongside former Hull City defender Curtis Davis. And let's not forget that Cheltenham was the club where springboarded Jacob Greaves massively into the player that we have come to know during the past few seasons at Hull City. Of course, loan out to Cheltenham seems to be a case for all Hull City defenders that will progress on to do fantastic. And Andy Smith, I'm sure, will be among them ranks there. So, shall we crack into the AFCON? We shall. So, as I reported in yesterday's video, depending on how results swayed, we could have had Seri back for the Millwall game at home on the 3rd of February. Well, results didn't go our way, and instead both Seri and Traore have made it to the round of 16 at AFCON with their respective nations, that being Seri with the Ivory Coast. They will play Senegal, so possibly we could have him back just in time, because that game will be taking place on the 29th of January. Of course, our game on the 3rd of February. He hasn't featured for the Ivory Coast at all during this AFCON. So whether they're saving him, using him against Senegal in the round of 16, not too sure. But he hasn't featured, or certainly hasn't featured in a prominent position at all in the AFCON. Traore has featured, that I know. He came on as a substitute in last night's win over, I can't remember who they was playing, but they won. And they will be progressing to the round of 16, where they most likely will win their game, and that'll be taking place on the 30th of January. So it looks like Adama Traore will possibly staying at AFCON longer than Seri. So Seri back for the Millwall home game, up in the air, but certainly will be back beyond that. And Traore, it'll be a touch and go situation. But I'm pleased for both of them, pleased for both their nations. I know that Seri, this competition means a lot to him and his family, so I'm happy about that. It's just shot us in the foot a little bit with with Seri's absence that we have seen being an implication. So, Alfie Jones. Some reports were coming out today saying that Crystal Palace were looking for a move for Alfie Jones this January. Those reports have been later shot down by all official sources, with the £5 million bid being the proposed one, and that's all been shot down. But then it does raise the question: Alfie Jones, who's been a consistent defender for Hull City over the pretty much since Rosina signed, even before that, over the past 2 seasons, being nicknamed the Rolls Royce of defenders, becoming quite a mainstay in sort of the Hull City lineup. He's probably one of the first names that gets put down on the team sheet each week, and it just proposes that question that, yes, we can see Alfie Jones keeping at Hull for a long time. He seems like that player that will probably stay with us until it is the right time for him to move on to, say, another club for whatever circumstances. But it does look like it'll be a mainstay at Hull City for Alfie Jones. But it does propose that question that if his form does keep on improving, and Hull City don't go to the Premier League this season, or don't finish highly in the Championship, we're talking playoffs here, would Alfie Jones consider a move away? I don't think so, but if the right price comes knocking from a team like Crystal Palace, from a team along them lines where they do have some sort of authority in the Premier League, you could possibly see Alfie Jones making a move away. He is a fantastic centre-back at the end of the day, puts an excellent shift in, week out. I think I may have seen, I can count on one hand the amount of subpar performances I've seen from Alfie Jones, and that is saying subpar for Alfie Jones, not subpar for a defender, subpar for Alfie Jones' standards. He's not been nicknamed the Rolls Royce of defenders for nothing. So it does raise that question where would Alfie Jones be tempted with a move away? Would the club be tempted to, if the right price came in, to give him the move away? I think that 5 million is definitely a bit too on the low side for a price for him. You're probably looking, certainly for a Premier League transfer, you're looking at about that £15 million mark. But I mean, it's an English defender, English taxes sort of thing. But then he is getting a little bit older, so your price can vary really. But I just thought it was an interesting question to be raised on that front with the transfer rumours and everything, because we know how much the transfer rumours like to circulate and everything. So that is lovely. So yeah, that's it for this video. I mean, I'm recording this before it goes out, so we could possibly have the announcement of Ryan Giles or anyone today. So if there is, this video will come out after that, I presume. So yeah, it's a bit of a touch and go one today. It feels like it's a slow news day, and it feels like that because Hull City will be announcing something. We're just waiting for that announcement for whatever it will be, because obviously Ryan Giles was meant to be announced within the next few days, and that was a few days ago. So we will see on that one, touch and go basis. Make sure that you stay tuned on this YouTube channel by liking and subscribing to know when all of these transfers, when all this news breaks. Also follow me over on Twitter, X, link in the description, HullCityFanCentral over there to get live up to date on everything Hull City. And I'll catch you in the next video where hopefully it is an announcement of a signing and the Hull City are getting that push to the Premier League that we so rightly deserve. Up the Tigers, go on.